everybody, what is up? Today we're making dominoes and we are going to paint right on the mold because I made these before and you can see the dots on the back, or the pips, whatever they call them. So I'm going to actually try just painting right on here, letting it dry and pouring the resin. We'll see how it works. So for Galaxy, I'm going to start with just blue paint. Let me just squeeze a little bit out. And this is Arteza Pearl Electric Blue. And I'm just going to put a little dot in the middle of each of them. Then we're going to go with some, I have Artist Loft Neon Pink. A little dab. You don't need much. Alright, clean off my brush. And with this, I'm using this brush. I don't know what number. I know people have the number on it. I don't know what it is. But anything pointy, because you can really get in there. And I want to leave some space to put some of the dark sky in there. So I'm just going to put a little pink around the blue on, I think, one side. We'll do one side, the dark pink. Okay, and now I'm going to go with a little pearl amethyst purple. Arteza. I love, love, love Arteza. It's my favorite brand. Of all the ones I've tried, Arteza is, for me anyway, it's the best. Love it. Boy, this neon hangs on, don't it? Okay, so I'm just gonna, on the other side, do some purple. And as you notice with the pink, I decided to do a little, just a little swipe. Okay, so we have the colors down that I want, and now I have to paint the background. And I'm going to mix a little bit here, which this is a just throwaway, so I'm not too worried about it. So I'm just gonna, this is Brilliant Blue by Artist Loft. I need to make sure I have enough. This is a black that I had from before that I'm just gonna, just a little bit. I'm using this like flat brush for this so I can get in there and get around. So I don't want it blue. Just mix this up. I almost kind of like it if it's like marbled. Alright. A little more black. Yes, you just want to mix this so it looks kind of like a night sky. I just didn't want it to be like completely black. Trying to find that happy medium. I probably should have done this in a cup. Would have been way easier. But hey, when do I ever do anything easy, right? Okay, I like that. I like it a lot. And then I have Rolio Pearl White Pigment. You want to have a mask on when you do this because you don't want to breathe this in. I'm just going to dump some in my paint for my stars. Okay. There we go. See how pretty that is? Now I don't know if when it dries it's going to be sparkly. We will be surprised together. Okay. You know what? No. Yes. I think I'm just going to sprinkle, not a lot. Oh, well, there was a lot. Sprinkle some of this down first. I don't know if it's going to make a difference. I did this in one where I was doing resin and I just did all mica powder and it was beautiful. I should probably get one to show you. But you can see the letters, the little pips. They call them pips, that's it. I don't know if this is overkill. I don't know if the black will just take it all over. But we're going to find out, aren't we? Alright. This is why I have my mask on right now, folks. Look at all that flying in the air. Okay. So then we just take our brush and pop it along. You can even do a little separation between the colors if you want. There we go. Alright, all done. We're going to let this dry completely and then we'll pour our resin and hopefully it's going to block the back of the dominoes. Let me show you a couple of different ones that I made and why I got to this point. So this is the first one that I made and it's cool, but when you turn it around, see, you would be able to see the pips, they call them, and so that wouldn't work if you want them to actually use them. So I mean, this is kind of the look that I was going to try to go for. So then I thought I had, oh, I'm going to put glitter in it, which, see, from the back you can't see it, but look at that. So I learned that glitter sinks in the resin, so you can't have too much, or you know, there's no, this is the exact same, I use mica powder for this, not paint. This is the same mica powder, and this is just how different it looks between the resin and with all this glitter around it. So yeah, so I'm hoping that after these two experiments that I got it where it will work right. So we'll be back. Okay, and we're back. So I mixed my resin up with, I used Bleu de France mica powder, and I actually did a dab of Payne's Gray. This is my syringe, 7.5 milliliters, fills these cavities like perfect. So I've done some where I poured them, but it just was so much easier having them measured and everything turning out like exactly the same, which really speaks to the OCD side of me. So here I am. It's a little trial and error getting that thing filled up right, because I was trying not to dunk it in too far just because of I didn't want to get resin all over it that I had to clean up. But I learned you have to make sure that tip is in there good to be able to get the amount that you need. So you just do this and you fill the cavity up, and it works perfect. It just is perfect. It's right to the top, because if these go over the side, you are in big trouble because they will all stick together. So you want to make sure when you're making dominoes that you don't overfill. Okay, so here we are, all filled, ready to go. This is 100% alcohol, and I'm just going to do a spritz to get rid of the bubbles. I don't like using a torch. It'll melt your mold. And I have like a heat gun that I use, but the alcohol has worked fine for me. The only thing that I do after I do that is I take the little teeny popsicle stick and I get down in those corners and just poke around, make sure that there aren't any bubbles along the side. And so far, it's worked great for me. I haven't had a bubble issue at all. All right, what am I doing? Oh, the glitter, my nemesis, the glitter. So you seen the one that was like completely covered. So I decided I still wanted glitter in this. So I am going to sprinkle it on after I'm done. And I actually took a popsicle stick like an hour later and kind of moved it to try to make a swirl. I don't know if it'll work. I'm like dying. I want to see these so bad. Patience is a virtue, but it's not mine. I'm not good at it because I am not touching these for. All right, we are all cured. The moment of truth to see if this worked. I see the back. I did a little swirl maybe an hour after I poured them. And so some of them do look like they kind of have a little swirl from the back. And I have to confess, I did the cardinal sin. Usually this board right here is what I put all of my projects on when I'm resining because I can level this whole board. And I do, like when I resin, it's like resin. I do a lot of different projects at the same time because I have a craft room in my house with a window, but I seal the door off while it's curing and all that good stuff so the smell doesn't get in my house, the fumes for, you know, other members of my household and the animals. So I do a whole bunch at one time, and I didn't get my board out because I was doing a lot and it wasn't level. So I am going to have a little bit of work to do on these, not a lot, but I can tell just by looking at it that it wasn't level and the stuff floated up and it is not completely level. And I used my syringe so they all had the same amount. So yeah, that part kind of sucks, but it can be fixed. So I'm so excited. I have been waiting for this. Yeah, see this molds by Let's Resin and they come out, oh, that's cool. They come out so easy. Look at that. Awesome. Yeah, and once I get the white in here, I think that is going to look amazing. Now, if I were to pick at them a little bit, maybe this blue needs to be a bit muted, but I think they're pretty cool. So I'm going to pop the rest of these out. Oh, look at that one. And get my acrylic marker out. We're going to start doing some dots. Okay, so they're all demolded and I painted these. I saved one to show you guys how I do it. And this is one. I don't know if you can see that. It has a little, I'm going to have to shave that off from the leveling problem. So let that be a lesson to you. Always, always level. So I'm just using this acrylic painter. It is just a marker. And it makes the little dots, the pits, really easy. You just put it in here and swirl it around, and that's it. Super simple. And you know, I think that when I first took them out, I was kind of like, I don't know, because those are really bright, like the colors. I thought that maybe they might be a little too bright to try to go with the galaxy theme. But when I put the dots on, it was just what was in my head. And that is so wonderful. Now, the marker doesn't do good for the middle. So I have this pointy paintbrush, and it still is going to overflow a little bit. I don't have one small enough. I probably do, but I didn't look for it. So I'm just going to do, I did this, you know, make sure it's filled in really good in that crack. And since it's acrylic, you just need paper towel flat on your finger. If you have any like little crevices or something, it's gonna make a mess. And just wipe. And there you go. Easy as that. How cool is that? I am in love with these, and they just turned out so well. I'm gonna bring you down for a close-up. Alright. Look at these guys. Look at how cool they are. I really like this one. You know, I've had issues trying to do acrylic pours with Galaxy theme. Maybe I just needed to do it on some dominoes. Who knows? But yeah, it was a really good decision. Like with this one, you could see that sparkle when I scattered the pearl, white pearl dust down before, and I didn't know if it would show up or not. And it did just a little, just to give it a little sparkle. So yeah, I am thrilled, absolutely thrilled with how these turned out. And let's see, here's my little box. It's still wet on the top, but the one-handed, this isn't working. It opens, but yeah, all of the little dominoes will go right in this box, which is the theme, same color as the background of the dominoes, with a little pad and paper. And I think it is just going to be such a cute gift. And I actually have several people in mind that I want to make these for now. Some with their favorite sports team colors, maybe. Yeah, the possibilities are endless. I have another one coming probably the day after you see this one, where I use a whole paint skin. And yeah, they're pretty amazing. So stay tuned for that, because that I'm really proud of. Yeah, so if you like this video, please like it. Please leave me a comment. And if you can, subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.